know what the plot was, I know where he was going against, but you know what, I just didn't know where he was going. Like, I don't know how to say it, really. But the movie just kind of lost me for the Seed of Chucky. The Bride is fine, it just was poorly directed and poorly written out. I think the movie, though, other than that, is a piece of crap. Honestly, I do. After the Chainsaw Massacre, and you like the slasher films, and go ahead and check it out. There's some cool scenes in there, but then there was some movie scenes where you're just like, oh, I love that. I really do. Stephen King's a magnificent writer. I think you guys should check this one out, most definitely. I'm pretty spoilers because this is a spoiler. It's not really even a spoiler. It's just common sense. It's in the trailer. It's Optimus Prime. Thorin thought he died of his wounds in the first movie, but no, Azog is now hunting Thorin. But it really built on it, and it built on it really good. And you really feared this guy with the chainsaw more than ever because of how much they built. Very, very entertained by it. There was no complaints with me. I was actually sitting down, just eating popcorn, and enjoying myself. I thought it was very entertaining until we come to the last. Josh Hutcherson and everybody, even Philip Seymour Hoffman in this movie was just amazing. Everybody's performance was very, very used well. Childhood, I very much enjoyed myself. There was maybe a couple things I was disappointed by the movie, like it didn't show some of the monsters.
Redo. That's definitely going to need a redo.
He's still alive? I'll kick this video off with saying, when I was a very young kid, I was very energetic. I went outside a lot. I was really small, really adorable looking. I was one of those, adorable kids just running around, enjoying myself quite a bit, actually. And I was, one hell of an energetic kid. The two biggest things little Jordan was into was, going outside, throwing a ball, and playing soccer. We used to kick a soccer ball around a lot. We didn't really play basketball that much, but we used to sit down and just talk about Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! We had like a neighborhood fort made of like thorn bushes. We had a lot of fun outside. Like, there was nothing that really could stop me from being energetic. Living in Stanwood, Washington, there was just always something to do. Around town, we walked to the library, we would go to the ocean, we would go on the beach, we'd go hiking up on the hills. I mean, it was just so much to do, so much to just keep you entertained, so it was really easy for me to stay small back in those early days. House life was one thing, but inside the classroom was a completely different thing. Yes, I started gaining weight probably during my late elementary years, going into middle school years. I was still in Stanwood, Washington. I was bullied constantly by 3 kids, especially one. I won't name his name, but he was always giving me hell. I think the worst I had it with the bullies was when they actually decided to chase me down in the courtyard and push me to the ground and started kicking me repeatedly. And one of those people who actually started kicking me was someone I thought who was my friend, so I felt pretty betrayed right there too. So yeah, there has been a lot of moments I got bullied by this kid, but that was easily the worst one that actually really got to me. I gotta say though, before the bullying, I was actually a pretty outgoing kid. A lot of kids like to talk to me. I was very confident in who I was. I was smiling. I was upfront. I wanted to be an artist at some points. I mean, I was just more of a like a people's person than I certainly was during my high school and middle school years. I mean, everybody just liked to talk to me. I was really fun, we talked about Pokemon. All the kids in our school were a bunch of nerds, so, everybody kind of just, we were a group, we were a gang. It was a lot of fun. We really enjoyed ourselves over there. Even if you went to Fairfield, to Fairfield with me, you could probably see in these photos that I just look a lot more like I'm a part of the group. I mean, come on, homies, pals, friends from Fairfield, do you actually see me pulling off a smile like this back when I was in school with you guys? Look at that fucking smile. Like, dude, I was so confident. It was a totally different person back then, and I really regret I couldn't show you guys to the fullest what I could have been. And the inevitable happened. We moved from Washington State to Ohio, and after that, we got depressed. More of me specifically, because we were leaving a familiar place, our home, our friends, our family. It was just not a good time. It really affected my weight gain after that. When I moved to Ohio, the bullying did not stop. It got worse, actually. I was being tripped down the hallway. I was being called fat, ugly, a piece of shit, a weirdo. It really did happen. I mean, seriously, by the time 2013 came around the corner, I weighed about 250 pounds. No joke. People say it doesn't look it, but I promise you it was 250 pounds. I was a pretty heavy-set kid. I was humiliated. I didn't like it. I got bullied a lot. It just really affected me. But I found ways to break my depression, and a couple of these things are art and YouTube. YouTube really got me out of depression. It was something I could just focus on, talk about movies, things that entertained me. I had a lot of fun talking about that stuff, and it would also build into my dream of becoming a film director because I wanted to make films. I had a lot of fun making skits for school. If you went to Fairfield, you know what I'm talking about. I mean, it was a really fun time to be me at the point where I was like, yeah, this is actually working out okay. One of the people I started talking to about YouTube was actually a guy named Lane Irvin during the late years of middle school, and me and him started talking like we were going to make films, horror movies. We were both horror movie lovers. We always quoted Rob Zombie's Halloween. It was just a great boost of confidence to make a friend who actually was into the same things I was. Really, he's one of my best friends of all time. And then I met Brandon Bolander, my friend Michael, one of my best friends, Cinnamon. I mean, it just didn't end, and I started boosting up the confidence, and then I started thinking like, these are all people who are healthy looking, and I'm the only one out of all of them who just looks fat, to be honest. The first thing I did to lose my weight was take advantage of the distance between my house and the school, which was about 1.3 miles away from my house. I walked that distance for the total of 3 years when I started showing signs of weight loss. And there were a lot of students who did stop by and actually ask me if I wanted a lift home, and I normally turned them down. Even knowing I appreciated that offer so highly, I still turned them down because I knew if I accepted that offer, it was going to break what I was trying to achieve. So the first thing I want everybody to focus on, if you are trying to lose weight and are curious on how I did it, was the cardio. Cardio was such a big help on why I lost so much weight. I did that walk for the total of 3 years when progress started showing. Due to my depression, another thing I'm guilty of is coming home and eating like 2 packages of ramen, that or a giant bowl of cereal. Like I was a pig, I was depressed, it did not help. You don't have to stop eating unhealthy entirely, but you have to cut things out. You have to. I definitely cut out the ramen, I definitely cut out the cereal. But if you're gonna cut anything, cut out the sugary substances like pop. Pop was one of the things I let go completely. I didn't have a pop for like 5 years, and it helped me so much. I actually stopped and went straight to a water diet. And I continued that water diet for 3 years. Once I could only do 5 push-ups. Now I can go over 80. Once I could do only 100 sit-ups. Now I can go over 150. I have really improved physically, and I'm so happy. It's one of the things I can brag about. It's one of the things I feel like I can just talk about and just be proud of that I did in my life. Another thing you're going to want to beat out is temptation. Temptation is when I would go down to the fridge at night and see all these junk food like sweets, Twinkies, ice cream. Replace all the Twinkies and ice cream and everything that you find sugary and delicious with fruit. Nature's sugar, it's nature's sweet. After I set these rules, I followed them and I started doing a lot more things that I normally would never have done. With the weight loss and the confidence boost, I started doing a lot of things you normally would never have seen me do, like dress up like characters from movies, Pennywise, Joker, fucking vampires, just a whole bunch of different characters. I was starting to become more like a character person. Like I was just a lot more confident in what I wanted to do in my life, being artistic, very creative, very fun, outgoing, like I used to be when I was a kid. No, I can't say I'm a 100% perfect person in the world. I know I've made mistakes in my day, but absolutely, I'm just a lot more happier. I'm a lot more confident in who I am. The weight loss really did help me quite a bit, and just everybody's starting to treat me differently. It really is a different life. And if you want to know what I'm doing today, I'm normally just going around painting while this quarantine's going on. I'm just painting artwork, trying to sell some artwork, get a business going. So if you guys are interested, you guys want to go over to my Facebook page called J Carts Arts and BC Arts. You'll see all of our wood art, what's for sale, what's not. You know, we're still kicking out some artwork and having fun. But hey guys, I hope you found this video somewhat helpful. If you're curious on how I lost all that weight, that's really why I wanted to make this video. And I also wanted to give you a little bit of insight on how I lived my life a little bit. But guys, thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. Hopefully you subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it, and you know, God bless you guys. I'll take care.